Hangout says we're live. We're trying a new software tonight. So let me hook up my mic. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Oh, that's right.
Good evening to all our YouTube family, wherever you're watching in the world. Let us know if you can hear us and if you can see us, maybe even smell us.
Yep, I smell her.
Welcome back to our live show, guys.
You want to tell them about the new live show every Wednesday night and where it's going to be hosted?
Happy Sunday Fun Day for all the new viewers. If this is your first live, let us know in the chat below and just write #do. Today is the first Sunday of the month, which means we're going to go live for 2 hours today. Not 1 hour, but 2 hours. The first hour is going to be our regular segment where we talk about
Q&A. It's just a Q&A.
Our find of the week, our tip of the week. We do our usually unboxing. And then the second half of the hour will be profiling units just for you in your area. If you want Jeremy's expertise and you want him to profile a unit for you that you've been eyeballing in your area, send us a super chat as a small donation and he'll gladly profile that unit for you.
So as we get started tonight, you want to talk about AA meetings and what that is?
Yeah, we started a Auctions Anonymous AA meeting for all our storage auction addicted buyers, viewers, vicarious viewers, which is held every Wednesday. It's a panel of other YouTube channels where we meet and discuss why we're addicted to storage auctions. And it's a rotating panel, which means the channels that are on the panel, they get to host every Wednesday, so it rotates. This upcoming Wednesday will be hosted on Storage Auction Pirates channel. He can storage. Make sure you include the link for the live for everyone to join. Make sure you guys hop on that. That's every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So depending on where you are in the world, you got to figure out what 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is in your area, in your part of the world.
And because of our addiction to auctions, I actually wrote a little song about our addiction and our need for AA meetings. And so no doubt you'll probably resonate with this as well and need these meetings. It goes a little something like this. You ready, George?
Ready.
Are you sure? Do you know my history? You sure you're ready?
I think I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
About the time when I became a man. Am I a man yet?
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. All man.
Yeah, but I never knew that. So my first auctioneer with his flying hands, crowd gathered round and I could barely see. That was the day when the auction got me. Heard him talking fast with his loud voice. You know what happened then?
What happened?
Well, from that moment, I didn't have a choice. Had to buy then, had to buy now, had to figure out how to get it somehow. He said it's going once, now it's going twice. And how could I resist it at that price? Got it for a deal, I got it for a steal. I'm gonna be an AA, George.
What does AA stand for again?
Auctions Anonymous.
For all you addicts.
You're gonna be an AA with me, George.
I will be there because I'm addicted.
And all our friends should be at AA with us this next Wednesday night on Storage Auction Pirates channel, George.
Don't miss it.
Until we heal. Cause he said it's going once, now it's going twice. How could I resist it at that price? Got it for a deal, I got it for a steal. We're gonna be an AA until we heal. I got my first storage unit when I was a boy. Never knew it'd be filled with adult toys. It was loaded drugs, pages of porn. That's the day I found out how I was born. This is true. This is true. This is how it all happened. Happened in storage units. It's not the way to find out. You really don't want to find out, but you want your parents to tell you. All the dead mice had me scared, but not as bad as the... What else you find in storage units?
What?
Crusty underwear.
Whoa.
Had to buy them. Had had to buy now. Had to figure out how to get it somehow. He said it's going once, and now it's going twice. How could I resist it for that price? Got it for a deal, I got it for a steal. We're gonna be in AA, George. We're all belong in AA, George. We're gonna be in AA this next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Storage Auction Pirates channel, George. Will you make sure you're with me, George? Until
I'll
we
be there.
heal. Cause he said it's going once, now it's going twice. How could I resist it for that price? Got it for it. You know what? What do you mean? I got it for a deal, got it for a steal. We're gonna be an AA, George, until we heal. All right, here we go. Last verse. Are you ready? Are you sure you're ready?
I'm ready.
1 turned to 2 and 2 turned to 3. Now I own lockers from everybody. People come up and ask for the stuff. Lucky for them, I'm just not enough. They can have their junk. They can have their trash. Yeah, I gotta write this. Yeah. So they can have their junk and they can have their trash. Just as long as I can film there.
What rhymes with?
What rhymes with trash?
You want to film their...
George, what rhymes with trash?
Well, what I'm thinking of wouldn't be appropriate for the channel, so let's go with
Bash?
cash.
Oh, cash, okay. They're cash. That works, cash. Did you plant that cash? Did you plant that cash, George?
Never.
Had to buy then, and I had to buy now. Had to figure out how to own it somehow. He said it's going once, and now it's going twice. How could I resist it for that price? Got it for a deal, got it for a steal. We're gonna be in AA, George, until we heal. Cause he said it's going once, now it's going twice. How could I resist it for that price? Got it for a deal, I got it for a steal. We're gonna be in AA, George. You and I have a problem, George.
We do have a problem.
We're both addicted to storage unit auctions, George.
Yes.
Make sure if you're addicted, you're with us on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. on Storage Auction Pirates
Don't
channel
miss it.
with George, so we can all heal.
Deacon says, sub to AA. I've been addicted to your channel for about 3 days and on a binge.
All right.
Whoop, whoop. Hashtag what the Hales.
All right, George. We got lots to jump into tonight, don't we?
We do.
Okay. So we already have talked about AA meeting, and so we invite you to be there with us. Mike, Storage Auction Pirate, going to be a phenomenal host this Wednesday.
And for those of you just hopping on, AA stands for
Auctions Anonymous. So if you're addicted, be there with us. Now,
yes.
Tonight, you have a chance to win a blue wrench. Many of you have already won a blue wrench, and here's how you win it. As soon as I say go, the first person to send a super chat, not a person that's already sent one, but the first person to send one when I say go, you will win a blue wrench. You're going to show everybody else how to send a super chat. So, going once, going twice. We're going to see it. It's coming up, George. We already had a super chat already, right? Who said that?
I don't think
Well,
so.
we had a super chat already. You watch and make sure whoever sends the first super chat, because we saw one. I saw one for $2 come up. Let me find it. It's
John
somewhere.
Vicente says, why do you guys always have an awesome time together?
Okay, Edra Ruin sent $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Now,
All right, Edna.
somebody else
Edra.
is Edra. So somebody else is going to send a super chat, win that blue wrench. That gives you administrative powers.
Mm-hmm.
And with much power comes much responsibility.
With that
over
blue wrench.
over the chat tonight. And so if you want to get your question in front of us, that's the easiest. That's the fastest way to do it, is to actually send a super chat, because there's so many questions, we can't see them all. So if you send a super chat, we'll see it. And,
It'll pop up like
Ron,
bam.
there it is. Ron Stutz, he just won the blue wrench.
All right.
He sent $2. Ron, congratulations. You are now, as of this very moment, you are receiving a blue wrench, which gives you great power
Congratulations, Ron.
and responsibility over the What the Hales chat tonight. Enjoy it. Don't abuse it.
Do not abuse it.
Except I would if I had it. So that being said, if you send a super chat, make sure you send your question with it as well. We want to thank Meerkat for being one of our moderators. She does a great job. She helps answer questions that are commonly asked, such as, is George's name really George? The answer is yep. And we have some pretty exciting news. Excuse me. George's birthday is actually coming up. She's going to be, how old are you going to be?
My birthday's coming up. It'll be on the 10th, which is this Friday, and I'll be turning 37. Woo! 37.
Northwest RC Club just sent $2, said going to be a great AA meeting tonight, guys.
Appreciate it, Northwest.
Thanks for being here with us, Northwest RC Club. So, George, I asked her, I said, what do you want for your birthday? And your answer to me was?
I didn't want anything special. I just wanted...
Baby.
I didn't want anything special. I just wanted a memory or something that was like an experience.
This is not what she said to me. She said, I want to go camping. She said it in
That's what I said or you said?
That's
You're
what
like,
she said.
No, correction. He's like, for your birthday, I want to go camping.
So
that's how it went down.
Next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are actually going to be camping. But we still have plans to do the live stream Sunday night. Guy Crane just sent $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Guy. We appreciate it,
Guy.
So I told her for sure I would take her camping. The only issue is there is absolutely no Wi-Fi where we're going to be camping.
Yeah, now, we're going to be in dead zones after dead zones after dead zones.
But the good news is about 10 minutes away from the campground is a McDonald's with Wi-Fi, and we are going to attempt next Sunday to do the live stream from a McDonald's booth, and we'll even share our fries with you if it works. So be ready. If it works, we'll be at McDonald's, and we'll do the live stream from McDonald's from our phones. And so it's nothing going to be fancy. We're camping. We're going to go to McDonald's, do the live stream, and then we're going to go back to the camper afterwards. If it doesn't work, we'll see you the following Sunday.
We'll see that Wednesday.
Well, that's true, too. We'll see you on
and our regular Sunday. Yeah.
And at the end of this live stream tonight, we've got an exciting, huge announcement. So if you haven't planned on staying for the entire night, do so. You definitely want to, because we have a huge announcement at the end of tonight. All right? Remember, tonight is also 2 segments. The huge announcement will come after the first hour segment of the live Q&A, and then the second segment will go into profiling units for everybody. All right, we got that blue wrench already, right?
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart, we've got viewer mail, and there's no doubt that you got a pile of it there. So.
I do, and I want to use Melissa's sword. Melissa
right
W
here.
sent me a sword, so we're going to open it. We're going to use the letter envelope just for you, Melissa.
Got it? This woman crazy. This is all right. There we go. George's sword.
This is going to be my envelope opener for tonight.
All right. While you're opening that,
first package is from Dolores Smith, all the way from California.
Melissa asked for a Frappuccino for next Sunday at the live stream. So
a Frappuccino?
We'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we could do.
Absolutely.
Virtual Frappuccinos for everybody.
Master Bubble Tech said live wedding on YouTube. You see what you did this Sunday? Okay, so probably...
Did I start rumors?
You started rumors. So probably the biggest question, and I think I've seen some of it already. How many of you out there after watching Saturday's video... Yesterday's video. And that all happens the same day. When we upload a video, it happens that same day.
Yeah.
How many of you right now are going, are Jeremy and George engaged? Are they getting married? Let us know in the chat. If that's you, say Hales yes. I'm wondering that in the chat. Okay. So Hales yes, if that's what you're wondering. So we were at the auction. There was originally supposed to be 17 units. People paid. Then it went down to 12. People paid. And then it went down to 8. So that's always a great thing. People keep their belongings. That's phenomenal. And during that, one of our followers, our subscribers, Eric, who owns a business up there, he owns a resale business up there, Something Good and Beyond. He bought a unit and he let us go into the unit, and everything in the unit was DJ stuff. Everybody's saying Hales yes, Hales yes, Hales yes. You better put a ring on it. And then George makes a comment. Oh, you can DJ for our wedding. I didn't have any idea.
I was
about
trying
this.
to help his side business. He said he was going to start a side hustle.
So I guess she.
So I was looking out for him in the future.
I guess she was booking him well in advance because I don't know anything about this because George actually hasn't asked me to marry her yet. So that being said, we are officially and unofficially not engaged. We're not engaged, right? Because that's what they're asking. Are we engaged? No,
we are not.
We are.
Because he's waiting for me to ask him.
And she hasn't yet. So that being said. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Lazy Walking P said he sent a super chat. Let me see if I can find it.
Did we miss it?
Let me see if I can find it. I should be able to bring it up if he did.
A couple people are saying that they want something they saw from a video or an unboxing.
Oh, yep. Lazy Walking P said, when is the big date? Eric is the DJ ? So there is no official date.
There is no date.
The date that we have planned next in our agenda is this weekend. We're going camping, and we're going to have a phenomenal time doing that. We can't wait to take the camper out. It'll be the first time of the season. I'll spend all week prepping the camper, so that'll be fun for me. That is an actual fun thing for me. Debbie Vaughn said, "Dare me, Jeremy. I dare you to propose."
During a live?
I don't have pants on, Debbie. Good thing you just
don't do it. Don't do it.
George.
Don't do it.
George, will you go to another storage unit auction with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And
how do I say no to that?
That's the proposal. All
right. So back to this. The fan mail says, "Hi, Jeremy. Enclosed is a beat up pound puppy book that I got from Goodwill.
Oh, cool.
I wish it was in better condition. Thank you and George for the funny, informational, and inspirational videos. Keep it up. Sincerely, Dolores Smith of California."
A puppy definitely got it.
A puppy definitely chewed on that.
That is so cool. I love it. Thank you so much.
Tell them why you love pound puppies so
because
much.
I grew up with pound puppies. So I had a pound puppy joke. You know, I had a pound puppy. He was the gray one. He had the blue jacket.
This is for you, Dolores.
Red on his jacket. And I would sleep with my pound puppy all night. So
and
actually, this is the pound puppy that I had right here. This is him, blue jacket with the red outline. That's him right there. I would sleep with him every night.
All right, the next package is from Mike Campbell, all the way from Sharon, PA, from KT Treasures. That's Mikey.
Oh, is it Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I think it is. Mike Campbell.
Somebody said, Guy Crane said, "George, give him a ring pop." You open that. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. He said, "Give him a ring pop." Give him a ring pop.
Says, "Dear Jeremy and George, I saw your video with all your foreign money, so I wanted to send you these 2 books to put your coins in. I'm a coin collector and I catalog my coins and keep them organized and wanted you to be able to do the same. Hope to see you again real soon at an auction. Will you please let me know when you receive these? Get better, George and Jeremy. Quit eating the storage unit candy. Sincerely, Mike Campbell."
Awesome.
Aw, thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you, Mike.
He sent one of these for the both of us.
Oh, how cool is that? Very cool.
So we do have a pretty large coin collection.
Ring pops, George. Now, what many of you don't know.
What are those for?
Many of you may see in some of the videos, once a month, I typically ask George to fake marry me with a ring pop. And she always says yes, just because she likes ring pops. So
to be his fake wife.
I always ask her to be my fake wife, and I put a ring pop on her hands.
And I always say yes.
And she always says yes. So we have ring pops. So I'm just going to set those there. Now, Judy Pascaline, I think Pascaline.
Edra, I'm adding you now.
You're getting your Blue Wrench Endra right now. So Judy,
I thought I did it.
Just sent $2. Thank you so much, Judy, for the
Appreciate it,
super chat.
Judy.
That is phenomenal. Thank you so much. All right, now TJ G something wants to know the blue one or the red one, George.
For you.
For you. Oh, and
I
these
like
ones.
both.
These ones are from Melissa.
Those are from Melissa. Those are the bunny ones.
These are the bunny ones. So
I'll take the bunny one.
You want that
I'll
one
take the
right
bunny
now?
one. Yeah.
George.
5-second rule.
George,
5-second rule.
will you be my brown sugar mama?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Done deal. There we go. And TJ G something said 5-second rule.
These are good.
They're really good.
These are good, Melissa.
I bit mine right in half. Okay, any other viewer mail tonight?
No, that's it.
All right. Well,
I want to give Mikey a virtual fist pump, though.
Okay.
Thanks for sending those, Mikey. And yes, we will see you at another auction, hopefully real soon.
Melissa W says, Georgia hair looks so beautiful tonight. I mean, it always does, but tonight it's gleaming.
It's extra shiny. I use the InStyler. It like polishes the hair while it turns. It's like a barrel that polishes the hair.
I use the same thing. The only thing that's happening is it keeps pulling hair out. I don't know. All right. We got our find of the week and the tip of the week. The find of the week is, come here, boy. That's it. That's my boy. Find of the week is Midget Man's brand new shirt.
It says, I'm so good looking. I'm always getting picked up. Get it?
Uh-huh. He gets it. That's our boy. All right. Put Midget Man back there. He's working security. All right. Tip of the week. We've talked about this tip before. If you haven't implemented it, we're going to show it to you up front and personal. Make sure that you do. You want to get on your auctioneer's mailing list. And that takes the burden and responsibility off of your shoulders to find the auctions. And they come and advertise to you. So the reality is they want your money. They get paid based off of you spending money. And so if you can get on their mailing list, make sure you do. In our opinion, we always say this, in our opinion, the live auction is the best. Now, this auction this is going to be this Wednesday. And it's May 8th, 12 o'clock. That is right around lunchtime. And this is in Uniontown, I believe. Yep, Uniontown. And there's about 25 units, and I will be there. George will not be there. We have a long distance relationship, but Kiko does a great job, and particularly Eric, who's usually there auctioning off the units, does a phenomenal job. And I appreciate it when they send me that information. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you do. Lazy Walking P said, enjoyed the real estate auction.
Nice. It probably would have been better if we actually won.
It would have been nice if we won it.
Yeah, the crazy thing is the neighbor behind that lot bought the unit, or bought the lot.
He bought the lot.
He had no intentions of doing anything with it. He just doesn't want anyone building near him because he doesn't want water.
He doesn't want water flowing towards his backyard. So he spent
over $30,000, I think, on
over
that lot.
$30,000.
And just from talking to him, I got a feeling that he was willing to pay $40,000 for that lot.
Mrs. Jeebus is on. Amber's on.
Amber!
So the former owner of that lot, he had it up for sale. He had it up for sale for $35,000, Lazy Walking P, and everybody else. I called him. I said, hey, how much you want for it? And he said, I want $35,000. I said, give me your best price. And
which is a lot for our area, for the Wooster, Ohio area.
So he had the realtor call me back. The realtor said $30,000, and honestly, I laughed and I said, "Call me back when you have your best price," which is all part of negotiations. And so they never called back. They put it up for auction. So I didn't want to buy it at $30,000. We actually had $30,000 with us.
That wasn't a deal.
And that wasn't a deal, and we're always looking for a deal. And so the neighbor behind actually paid more than $30,000 because he bought it for $27,500 plus 10% buyer's premium. Then he had to pay for the surveyors, and then everything on top of it. He actually bought it for more than what I had it offered to me before. Mm-hmm. So what I told George was, it's not done yet. Yeah, it will go up for sale again. So nothing's going to happen to it, and it'll be fun when we actually get it.
E.B. Jester wants to know, George, how are you holding up from the radiation treatments? Friday was the end of week 3 for radiation treatments, and I am starting to get the they call it sunburn marks.
So
right?
Yeah.
They call it sunburn marks in the area that's being treated.
You have burns.
Yeah, and I do have healing ointment that I have to apply several times a day, which I do. But overall, I've been doing okay. Only 3 more weeks left, and then I'll be completely done.
So burns, soreness.
Yeah, soreness.
Tiredness.
Yeah, I'm very fatigued. And then I am on...
cranky.
The doctor did prescribe me B12 for energy, but I don't feel like it's helping.
I just carry her everywhere so she doesn't get exhausted. I'm like, all right, jump on my back.
Coffee does nothing for me.
All right, sweetheart. Meerkat said Jeremy wants George to propose to her. Yeah. She already knows that. And you know your younger brother George Jr. said the
he's
same
waiting
thing.
He's waiting for Mirza to ask him. My younger brother's waiting for his girlfriend to ask him to marry him. So is this like an ongoing trend?
Did your sister hear what your mom said at Easter last weekend?
I can't remember.
Did we even tell
she
her?
was I can't remember if she was next to us.
Meerkat, your mom brought it up, and it was kind of a little bit awkward at Easter last weekend. And your brother, George Jr., actually saved me, and he was like, I'm waiting for her to ask me to marry me too. That's why we're not married yet. So he saved me. I appreciated that. All right, baby. We've got Game of Life is on here, which they're part of the AA group.
Game of Life.
Hi, Jeremy and George. George, I feel for you. Brandon's stepdad is going through radiation and chemo right now as well. Heart.
Appreciate it.
Brandon
Brandon is the husband, and is it Lori?
Yep.
Lori
and Brandon. Okay. Now, if you have a question, go ahead and send a question. George is going to start looking at the top, and I'm looking at the bottom. Sweetheart?
Yes.
Somebody just asked you to marry them.
Was it?
Don't worry about it. I'm going to block him right now.
Block. It says it rhymes with Jeremy.
That's true. George, will you marry me? Rhymes with Jeremy. Yeah, that's not a bad rhyme. I could probably sing that.
Is Jeebus on the chat or just Amber?
Amber is for sure.
Someone's asking, where's Jeebus?
He's probably editing video right now. Okay, Ralph Cooper wants to know, did you get into crypto yet? Ralph, we have not gotten into crypto at all. And we've never found crypto. We get that question often. Have you found crypto on laptops, on flash drives, things along those lines? We've never found any crypto as of yet. And I've never invested into any crypto as of yet. And as far as my knowledge, you've never.
I've heard mixed reviews about crypto. I've heard good reviews. I've heard really bad reviews. So I'm on the fence about it. I tried to learn a little bit about it and was interested in dabbling in it at one point in time. But ever since then, I've just kind of lost interest. So maybe it's something that we'll look into in the future. But just right now, just from the reviews that I've heard, it's not something that I want to get into right now. Joe Bissant says, George, you didn't answer my question about you having a great time together. He wants to know, why do we always have a good time together?
Do you want me to answer it, or do you want to answer it?
Let me hear your version.
No, you answer it first, and then I'll answer.
I think our chemistry is just there. It's just always been there from day one. We've always laughed. We've always had a good time, and I think some of the best relationships are based on that foundation of friendship where you can laugh and have fun together and then grow together.
Brewer95 sent $2 and said, I love the videos. I'm praying for you guys. We appreciate it,
Brewer95.
The reason why we have fun together, well, can I be very, very transparent? Date number 1, we met halfway in between. We have a long distance relationship.
Yep.
And you have to understand a little bit of my past and her past. We both were in relationships that were, frankly, would you just call it toxic? What would you call it? Yeah. So we'll just say they were toxic people. And so I think she had enough of that. I had enough of that. And we both were like, whoa, we're never doing anything like that again. And so then we're just
so compatible.
We met and we sat down at a Buffalo Wild Wings, and she's like, cheese curds. And I'm like, she's ordering fried cheese. And for me, this was so different. I was like, oh my goodness, this is incredible. And then I'm like, I put ketchup on everything. And she's like, all right, show me. I drown. I don't just put ketchup on. I drown food with ketchup.
He loves him some ketchup.
So she's eating cheese curds with me with ketchup. And I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. I begged her. Did I set you up for date 2 then? Or So what was it? I tricked her into somehow agreeing into date 2, but I don't remember how. And then at date 2, I brought a game with me.
I think it was the following week.
Okay, so I brought Bananagrams. We met 9 o'clock at night at a Perkins.
After work, because I had to work 12 hours.
Up to you.
Yeah, I had to work 12 hours that day.
And she would tell you that she was like, oh my goodness, this guy's too straight-laced. He's a complete and total dad. And so I knew I was losing her. And I was nervous as all get out. And so then I had to change things up with the humor and be like, okay, this isn't, the old rules didn't apply to where
Mrs. Jeeva said, I've noticed the ketchup thing with Jeremy.
Oh, yeah,
it's no joke.
Sure. It's no joke at all. I will go through an entire bottle of ketchup during one meal.
Meerkat said Jeremy loves ketchup.
Yeah. So date 2, I almost lost her. And so she was like, oh, he's too straight-laced. He's a complete and total dad. And so I noticed that really quick, and I changed things all up. And then I made a deal with her. I said, let's play a game. And if I win, I get date 3. And if you win, then we're done. And so I beat her, and she came over to my place for date 3. I built a bonfire for her, and she made dinner. She was like, well, we're going to make these foil packets. Remember what you did?
Yeah.
You did shrimp.
It was shrimp, kabasi. They were shrimp foil packets with shrimp, kabasi, corn on the cob,
and then I grabbed the guitar and I was like,
and
you want to hear?
potatoes.
I was like, you want to hear a love song?
And we cooked it over the fire in foil packs.
And I was like, you want to hear my favorite love song? Which is a joke because I just played the ABCs and I go, my mom taught me this. I love her. And she's like, no,
don't you dare sing any love songs.
And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, just, the ABCs. And so I play her the ABCs and she's laughing. And then we watch a YouTube video. This is before she even knows I did anything with YouTube, which YouTube was nothing for me then.
It was a hobby for you then.
Yeah, it was just something. And we watched a video and we were dying, crying on a blanket around the fire for a half hour. And then we came in and then we played We Just Dance, and I kicked her button with Just Dance. And then she says that's when she fell in love with me. So I brought it back.
Did you kick my butt or was it the other way around?
All right, she kicked my butt. And then I challenged her to a rematch. The rematch on date 4, I kicked her butt. So she'll tell you that she fell in love with me on date 3. Yeah. I'll tell you that I almost lost her completely on date 4. Trying to apply the old rules you were under in that, in the past. And I was like, all right, forget that stuff. Let's just roll with it. And then from that moment on, I don't think we've stopped laughing. Mm-mm. And a lot of times we laugh so hard, we cry. We both cry.
Tears.
It's not one of us.
Tears.
It's both of us. We will end up crying for a half hour. No joke. Half hour. We could be sitting on the couch crying for a half hour. And this is the crazy thing. George literally will be like, ha, ha, ha!
You're making me sound like I'm a narcoleptic.
It is. She will literally laugh for a half hour, cry, and then she passes out completely.
What do they say? Laughing takes out a lot of energy.
There's no doubt. And I'm just sitting there, I'm still laughing and crying and go, what happened? What happened? And so, that's the way it all went down, to answer all of those questions.
I wanted nothing to do with storage unit auctions to now I'm addicted.
Yeah, I told her just to, let's even get on the YouTube history since they're asking, okay?
Okay.
So we started seeing each other.
Debbie Vaughn says laughter is the best medicine. It sure is, Debbie.
We started seeing each other. I was doing nothing with the YouTube channel. It was something I was doing as I was raising Olivia, and some of you have seen Olivia. And so some of the videos are still there for Olivia's sake. And it wasn't anything I was doing that I thought anybody would ever want to watch. I did a storage unit. Somebody wanted to watch it. So in October, we met July 26th. That following October, I went to her and I said, hey, I've got a goal. I want to try and reach this goal on YouTube. And she's like, that's great. She's like, I'll support you. Mm-hmm. And she wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't reach the goal. I obliterated the goal.
Mm-hmm. He blew his goal
out of the water. The goal out of the water. And then she was like, hello.
What about storage auctions?
What about storage unit auctions? The goal was financial, and it completely blew out of the water. And when some of you guys ask, hey, how do I get my significant other involved? Show them the money.
Yeah, we do get a lot of viewers that say, I'm on board. I want to try storage unit auctions, but I can't convince my wife to do it. And we always tell them, just take her to one. And then she'll show them the money. She'll see the money, and then maybe she'll get hooked. Because I was totally against it, and now I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, she even yesterday. We were at the auction yesterday, and we we were going to have a competition.
Yeah, I've worked in healthcare for 20 years, and I knew I wanted a career change, but I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. And now I'm all in. This is what I'm going to be doing as my career change, is full-time reselling.
And yesterday after the auction, we got back and we had to edit video and get that up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is what she says to me last night after the auction. Thanks, I had so much fun today.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun.
Literally went from, I want nothing to do with this, that's great, to, thanks, I had so much fun today. Go figure all that. So why we have so much fun is we truly have...
It has to be fun. You got to be fun. You got to make it fun and have fun with it. Otherwise, it's not worth going to or doing it.
Lazy Walking Peace sent the seller's reality stickers.
Oh,
I wondered who sent those.
We saw that, but there was like no.
There was no note or
anything.
We didn't know what it was. We were like, what's going on?
We still have it, Lazy Walking Peace.
Yeah. So thank you for clarifying that, and thank you.
Let me go find it
again.
so that we can show it to everyone.
Or
we'll do it for the next one. Okay, we'll show it for the next one then.
So why we get together along so well is the reality is our sense of humor is
very compatible.
Very, very compatible. And what you don't see on film is her sense of humor is 10 times.
Yeah, I am still camera shy, so
10
when I'm
times.
Not in front of the camera, I'm a little bit wackier.
So what she's done, the reason why we have so much fun is, I've told you this before, she makes it okay to have fun. Whereas before, I wasn't allowed to laugh. You know, if you laugh, that could potentially be against somebody. With her, it's like, yeah, laugh at me. This is funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I love to bust his chops, and he loves to bust mine too. We're constantly.
I like to kiss her chops, but she still won't let me. 8 months, and I'm still not allowed to kiss her. We really had to change that at some point.
Bob Butcher says 35 unit. You can kiss me on the cheek.
Okay,
thank you. 35 unit auction, May 14th at 4 p.m. Mansfield, Ohio.
What day was that?
May 14th.
Who is putting that on?
Yeah, let us know, Bob Butcher, who's doing that. Because sometimes when we look online, it's not available unless you're finding it in a local paper. We won't know. But May 14th is Tuesday. It's next
great.
Tuesday.
I'm curious who has that one.
Or send us an email, Bob Butcher, at whathehales@yahoo.com with the information and the link.
Let me make sure, as we were telling all of our history, that we didn't miss any super chats. I got Lazy Walking Peas, and you see if you can find any questions.
Okay.
I think we got them all. We got Brewer 95. I love the videos. Praying for you guys. Yep, I think we're doing okay.
Okay.
JK said, "What the Hales ketchup coming to a market near you?" There's 2 bottles in my fridge now, and Meerkat said that he's always got a bottle of ketchup in his back pocket. We brought ketchup.
Oh, you do?
She hosted Easter, and I used to travel with ketchup in my vehicle, and now I still am. Not joking at all. KKev2124 says, "Are you kidding? You've never kissed before." She told me very clearly on date 1, no kissing. And then I tried to hold your hand on date 3.
No, on date 2.
Date 2. I wasn't even allowed to hold her hand. So there you have it.
And I was like, whoa. You're moving way too fast for me.
And now she wants to get married. And I'm like, whoa. You're moving way too fast for her. All right. Treasure Hustlers, you've got them all. Judy G says, "Hot pirate."
Our pirates on the chat.
William Worthman says, "Hello, Hales." Hales, low to you as well, William. Okay. Mary Deathly Deals says, "Do you have an Adventure Awaits shirt for sale?" Do you is that a spoiler alert? Do you want to talk about any of that?
So I've been working on, we're going to transition from selling our hoodies and t-shirts from eBay and putting it directly on YouTube with Teesprings. And I'm currently working on a couple fun designs that we're going to launch.
Well, you were going to do that.
There's one design that I definitely want to launch probably in the next 2 or 3 months for a good reason.
She has launch dates and goals for the channel. So,
and Adventure Awaits is definitely one of the designs. I'm still working on it and tweaking it, but yeah, but stay tuned. We'll make the announcement once it becomes available. And again, since we're going to be doing it through Teesprings, it'll be in every single video that we upload, where you can just order it directly from YouTube versus going to eBay. Because right now, all of our t-shirts and hoodies are on eBay. So if you want to get your own What the Hales merch, it's in all of our videos in the description below. Plus, our moderators can hook you up with the link as well.
Treasure hustlers are all over.
They're on top of it. Thanks, girls.
Bluegrass, was it Flips? Bluegrass Flip says, when is the Little Guys YouTube channel going to premiere? Good question. Spoiler alert.
That's another thing in the works that's going to be launching.
We will announce it. We will share with you that there are 2 spin-off channels in the works, as the library and the playlist will continue to build before we actually announce it. So there are 2 channels in the works in addition to What the Hales.
Paul Malone wants to know, when you find books of stamps, do you take them to a collector? Right now, we're just saving them. We haven't found the right. We haven't found the right buyer yet for the stamps.
Yeah, right now it's just throw it in a pile, and someday if we find somebody,
we're finding the right buyer. We're waiting to find that right buyer.
Find that person, they go, hey, we'll give you this for it. Then we'll go, all right.
Yeah.
Jean V says, love you both.
Oh, sending love to all of you guys.
You too. Can I get that? How come Jean gets a kiss, but I don't get a kiss?
She just got a virtual fist pump, and I gave her a virtual kiss.
Okay, can I get a virtual? There you go. Just had my first kiss on YouTube. All right. When McEric Floyd says, when are you going to give Drew Carey's glasses back? When he pries them off of my
This is his Professor Hales look.
Thrift Trader's on. He said, hey, everybody.
Everybody. Hey.
Making that trash and
making that cash.
You never stop saying that anymore.
Wade Hawkins says, hope you have a great time camping for your birthday, George. Thanks, Wade. It's going to be a good time.
John Doe wants to know, what do we collect? And while you're thinking about what you collect, Kathy 1123 just sent $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Wants to know, can you do blue swords versus blue wrenches?
Yeah, from my understanding is that once we hit 100,000 subscribers, then yes, that'll be unlocked, and we could do other.
We can do other little.
do little things for our channel, but once we hit 100,000 subscribers, then for now it's going to be blue wrenches until we reach that milestone.
You get us to 100,000,
yes,
we'll give you all the blue swords you want.
So share, and help us get there.
Okay, so what do you collect?
Oh, that rhymes. I don't collect anything.
So she really, that's one of the things I actually liked about her.
Yeah, I don't collect anything.
I went from hoarding people to, she's like, get it all out of here. And I'm like, yes, I love it. I can walk, so she doesn't collect anything.
I really don't collect anything. Right now, we have our own small collection of like stamps, but it's not because we collect them as part of a hobby. It's because it's more business. And then we have our collection of different foreign money and coins, but again, it's not because it's for, it'll eventually all be sold once we find the right buyer.
So probably the only thing that I collect is the DVD collection, which I have probably 500 right over here. So we're actually, we're in this huge room with cathedral ceiling. It's all wood except for this wall. And it's about, it's like 22 feet by 22 feet by 22 feet by 22 feet. And right over there, I have the big screen TV, and I have, I don't know, is 400, probably 500 DVDs and Blu-rays. So I haven't gotten into the digital movies yet, but they all come from storage units. And I have probably 3,000 or 4,000 other movies at the warehouse. So it's all from storage units. I hold on to that just for the movies that I like. Do I collect anything else? I mean, really, I'm not a collector. I'm a seller.
You have a collection of guitars.
There's 4 or 5. How many guitars are in those?
Four.
Okay. 4. So I've owned maybe close to 100 guitars, but always for flipping them. And other than that, Boy, I don't really collect any.
No, not really. Stephen G wants to know what got you started going to auctions. For me, it was because of him. I got started end of October, was the very first live auction I went to. Jeremy, oh gosh, he's been going since he was 19.
Since I was a
19.
teenager.
So what got you, I guess his question is what got you started? How did you find out about auctions?
I don't even remember. That was over
Was
20
it
years
someone
ago.
that you went with?
I don't remember that either. I just don't remember, and I've always loved them. I think the reality is if I can see an area of business and if I can turn that into, well, for example, guitars. I bought my first guitar for $25. I flipped it for $200. I was a teenager.
Oh, we just sold a What the Hales t-shirt.
Sweet. So I flipped a guitar and I went, boy, I need to get into guitars. So I then was probably within a year, I bought 50 guitars and flipped 50 guitars.
Whoa.
It's all turned into a business. So I probably saw potential of the business and I wanted to run with that business. So even guitars, they're all for making money in all reality. That's what got me started in the auctions is the potential to make money. What other investment can you make where you can invest in an item and you can flip it and make not just, if you invest in the stock market, 10% is considered killer year of return on your investment. 10%. If you invest $100, you make $10. That's considered amazing. Well, what if I invest $100 in a storage unit and I make $10,000? That's amazing. Where else can you get that type of return on investment?
Mm-hmm. One thing that I would like to dabble in one day is buying a pallet of electronics from Amazon because electronics seem to sell the best for me.
Yeah, you do love electronics.
Yeah. As soon as I list something on eBay that's electronics, I sell it within 3 days.
Gene V asked how the warehouse sale went this weekend. Do you remember what the total was? Tammy told you?
Yeah, our employees opened it for 2 days for a few hours a day, and I think they made over $1,000 in those 2 days.
I don't know, the money's on the desk.
Yeah.
So just stuff that we wouldn't sell on eBay. I mean, we would call household stuff. Mm-hmm. Stuff that we would, no high dollar stuff, just stuff. Stuff.
Yeah, things out of the warehouse is usually just household stuff. And then if we want the highest profit margin, those go all on eBay or to a local auction. Northwest RC Club wants to know, what's the best / most expensive thing you've sold that came out of a storage unit? Can you think of anything?
I've flipped cars. I've flipped trailers. I've flipped campers. I've flipped houses. Houses weren't in a storage unit.
Yeah.
There's nothing I haven't flipped. So to try and think over 20 plus years of flipping stuff, I don't know what I've made the most profit on.
Yeah. For me, in the short period of time that I've been doing storage unit auctions, probably the katana sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did well on the sword.
That sword sold for $300. So that was probably the highest for me. I've sold the things for me that I've sold range anywhere from like $250 to $300. And so I've sold several items for that much. So for me, that's at a beginning level, I think that's pretty good.
Kenworth Trucker says ketchup on fried eggs is yum. Ketchup on anything is yum. I put it on macaroni. I put it in biscuits. I put it on steak. I will not eat steak without ketchup. I put it on everything. And then Marcos Rivera says, do you sell the guns? We do not sell the guns that we find.
No.
So all the guns that we find, we keep. And the next question is, well, how do you keep it? Well, you have to consult your state laws.
Yeah.
They
laws vary from state to state.
Drastically. And so that also depends on the gun. So some guns have serial numbers, identification, and some don't. And you need to consult your state laws in regards to that before somebody does ask that question.
One Goal 1,000 subscribers says Jeremy's first rule is golden. If it looks like trash,
it is.
It is.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Melissa W.'s stepdad used to put ketchup on everything too. What's the weirdest thing you've seen me put ketchup on? Carrots. So I'll put carrots and potatoes and meat in a crock pot. I'll put ketchup all over my carrots. What else? I mean,
ketchup.
Yeah. cheese curd.
My sister thinks you putting ketchup on mac and cheese is weird.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
The Game of Life says, we were driving down the road yesterday and saw the Bank of George.
That's awesome.
I was going to take a picture and send it to you. You should. The next time you drive past that bank, make sure you take a picture and send it to us.
The Bank of George.
Mm-hmm.
I just call her my brown sugar mama. Brown sugar.
Don Mills wants to know, when are you going to make a road trip here to Alaska?
Hopefully soon. And Big
Yeah.
D just asked, do you ever go to other states? Well, Big D, you should stay tuned because there's a big, 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 big thing of brewing.
We haven't mapped out how we want to travel the different states once we take our channel on the road. But I think it'll probably make more sense just to start off on the East Coast and then slowly shift our way to the West Coast and hit up every state, not every city, maybe the major cities, but every state definitely.
That's the plan. So we're going to have a map on the camper, and then as we hit each state, as we go to auctions with the viewers, and we go to the storage unit auctions, and we hang out with subscribers and viewers, then that state will get filled in. And we'll do other things such as we want to visit the Grand Canyon. Some of the things that we absolutely want to do. We're going to go to Yellowstone, visit the Grand
we have
Canyon.
a long bucket list.
Redwood Forest. It goes on and on and on. Alaska. I want to spend time in Alaska. I know Jeebus
I've always
and Amber
wanted to
do
do the Alaskan cruise.
Yeah, I want to watch the whales
Yeah.
you know, as they migrate and swim, and things along those lines. I would like to snorkel the coral reef. I've never done that. I've been all over the world.
And maybe incorporate a video where he goes diving for stuff that gets lost in the water. I think that would be fun.
I would be the one that actually drops it in the water, and then she'd be like, all right, go get it.
Robert Wozniak says, hi guys, I love the fact that Jeremy drinks different flavors of Powerade. I like the yellow myself. Someone also, one of our subscribers suggested that he do a
Powerade.
A Powerade. What is that called?
We have shared that it's not actually Powerade. It's water and it's like Crystal Light.
It's Crystal Light.
And you made this one. You made your special brew.
Yeah.
What would you put in this one?
This one is lemonade Crystal Light with
berry punch, or is that
blueberry
Jolly Rancher?
Blueberry flavored Jolly Rancher mix. A sponsorship for Powerade.
It's got kick, and I love it. She figured out how to get kick in this stuff with putting the lemonade in it. Absolutely incredible.
CDL Picker says, would you please start posting nice and unique things you find in units on Facebook for everyone to buy? On Facebook, we just do, if we use Facebook, it's just for local pickup. And so a lot of our stuff is at the warehouse, which we mentioned before for barn sales. Not everything makes it up on eBay. I only list things on eBay on like a part-time / hobby level, just because I still work my 9-to-5 job. So I list during my free time. But then once I quit my 9-to-5 and I join Hales Corp full-time, then I'll be able to focus on listing more on eBay. So right now I have a pile of inventory that I already know what I want to list on eBay, and that'll be going up. And then also keep in mind that whenever we do unboxings, or if you see a video and there's something that you're interested in buying, you can always send us an offer along with the picture of the item that you see to our email at whatthehales@yahoo.com.
And that's the easiest thing to do. If you see something in the videos, then just make a direct offer, and George will try and get in contact with you and try and work you a deal. But you have to be patient as well, because in your mind, you're one person, and you're like, well, they're only talking to me. Well, it doesn't work that way.
We get
hundreds, if not thousands of requests in multiple communications, YouTube, eBay, Facebook, and it goes on and on and on, to where it's very, very difficult for two people who have two full-time jobs, her working for another company, and then me still trying to do the whole storage unit business. And then on top of that, we're adding YouTube into it. And then on top of that, getting very little sleep because we're just trying to communicate with you
and
guys.
on top of that, managing the YouTube channel it's practically a full-time job and takes a lot of time and effort, especially since we're trying to interact with all of our viewers that leave comments and all that other good stuff. TJ.
Wait. Brad Evans wants to know, are my glasses real? Yeah.
Yeah, you see them. They're on his face.
They're very real. These aren't fake.
TJG something says Heinz or Hunt's ketchup.
I don't care as long as it's ketchup.
Yeah, ketchup is ketchup to this man. He'll eat it all.
Doesn't matter. A lot of people will say, I can taste the difference in the flavor. I can taste the difference in the flavor too, but ketchup is ketchup to me. I just want ketchup.
I think I like, for me, it's Heinz.
A lot. Ketchup on everything.
And
ketchup
I love,
everything.
my favorite barbecue sauce, hands
everything.
down, is Open Pit Original.
Yeah, she's all about the barbecue sauce on everything, and I'm all about the
I like it because it has like that,
kick.
That cidery. I like the cidery, not the sweet.
You like the bitterness.
I like the cidery
addicted to
taste.
Sugar.
Yeah, he likes sugar.
There's no doubt I have a sugar addiction. There's no doubt about that. And then she has a bitter addiction.
I wouldn't say bitter. I have a sweet tooth too.
She has a Jeremy addiction. She has a Hales of an addiction. Have you ever tried, Mrs. Jeebus wants to know, have you ever tried Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce?
Yes, and I'm not a fan because it's sweet.
I want my baby back.
Do you like it? Or you don't like
that
barbecue? You've tried it.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs. And Mrs. Jeebus goes, boo! Sorry, Amber.
They did a live earlier.
Yeah, they did a great job.
I think I was on there.
We were
for a
on the road.
We were on the road, and then I was starting to get motion sickness, and I'm on Jeremy's phone.
She was on the live. I was driving. We were at Meerkat.
And we were listening to it.
And then we were coming home, and she was typing, and she gets nauseous. She can't ride roller coasters. What are other
I can ride some roller coasters. I just can't do the loop-de-loop, and I get motion sickness.
Pretty much anything makes her motion sickness, and it was bad. So then when we got back, then she had to lay down and rest. I had to get a garbage can just to make sure she didn't. What are other things I've done? And you've been, we went floating. We went tubing down the Mohican River on one of our dates when we first met. And she was like,
yeah, because you were spinning. You kept
I'm like, this is great. Yeah,
he's like turning it in the water.
And I'm like, let's have a war. I'm trying to throw her. And she's like, whoa.
Remember when you took me flying?
Oh, yeah, I took her flying. And I was like,
gravity?
Let's do 0G. So
I totally forgot that I get motion sickness, and he told the pilot to do 0 gravity.
So I started an aviation camp in Ohio where we'd bring in campers, teach them how to fly planes. And so I know what 0G is. So if you take a plane and you go up and then you drastically go down, you get the sense of 0G. Your space, no gravity.
Yeah, so in other words, your stomach, that feeling is your stomach comes up and it's like right here in your throat and you're trying to scream, but nothing can come out.
So I was like, all right, George, get a pen, get whatever. It will literally float in the air. And I wanted her to experience 0Gs. And that was not a good idea. She started vomiting, and I had the camera.
But not in the airplane.
We got down. She vomited in the truck.
I was a trooper and pretended that I wasn't sick. And then, like, a half hour later, I ended up puking in the trunk.
Which I was recording. I'm like, hey, baby. She's like,
what did I have to eat before that? It was like sherbet-flavored fudge.
Yeah,
it was sherbet-flavored fudge.
Somewhere. Yeah, because we were on
we got it from Amish country.
Yeah, we were on the fudge kick for quite a bit.
Jeffrey Victory says, Hales, on the ketchup. We have other ketchup fans on the chat.
Because we like ketchup on everything. Ketchup on everything.
Pete Nolte says, now I know why you're so wired. There's a lot of caffeine in ketchup.
Is there?
I don't think so.
By the way, so people ask me this. Somebody even came to the warehouse. One of our fans came to the warehouse this past weekend and spent, 2-3 hours, just asking questions, which was great. We're always open for that. And one of the questions he asked, he's like, where do you get all your energy? And I went, well, God just made me this.
Yeah, he'll wake up. He wakes up like that, just full of energy.
Sun comes up, boom, I'm up. I'm not a person that hits the alarm. I've never hit the alarm.
Well, in the mornings, you're kind of like, when you wake up, you're kind of in a zombie mode. And then once you've taken a shower, then it just like wakes you up, and then you're just like boom, you can't shut this man down.
But I am a very, very, very driven person. So there's no doubt God's wired me to be able to handle a lot of things and to organize and administrate those things in the way that He's wired my mind, and to juggle more than most. I wouldn't be able to do it without you though either. I mean, there's no way we would have been able to do all this without each other. So, so the energy. I don't drink caffeine, and I don't drink coffee, and you drink coffee. You need your coffee.
Yeah, I need my caffeine. So I tell them all the time, like, don't talk to me until I have my caffeine. Pat Miller says, hi, everyone. Not staying long tonight. It's my birthday, so spending time with the family. Hope you guys have a nice night, and happy early birthday, George. Happy birthday, Pat Miller. You get a virtual birthday fist bump. Boop.
Let's Go says, you two are great. I really enjoy watching your videos. But, Jeremy, why? Why do you eat the snacks and the food that you find? Aren't you afraid of getting sick? Love you both. The answer? No.
His nickname in high school was Jeremy, so. Oh my gosh. 267 people watching right now. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up.
450.
What did I say? Oh, 400. My bad.
You said 200.
My bad.
Our first
457 people watching. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up.
What should we close with tonight? Our first segment. Remember, we still have segment 2 where we're going to be profiling.
That's right. It's 10 o'clock, and we're going to wrap up our first segment for those of you who can't stay and want to stay for the song. And then this next hour, we're going to go into profiling units just for you.
What song should we do? How about You Are My Sunshine?
Okay.
Do you remember that one? Should the YouTubers be our sunshine?
Yes.
You are my sunshine, our only sunshine. You make us happy when skies are gray, like they were this past Saturday.
It was raining. It was raining like crazy.
You'll never know. That was wrong. You'll never know, YouTubers, how much we love you. Please don't take our sunshine away. What else is our sunshine? We want to know in the comments.
Let us know in the chat, guys.
The auctions are sunshine, our only sunshine. They make us happy when skies are gray. You never know, auctions, how much we love you. That's why we gotta go to AA on Wednesday. I screwed that up big time. What else? What else? Here we go. Oh, Ketchup. Ketchup is our sunshine, our only sunshine. It makes us happy when skies are gray. Can't wait to pour it over a jumbo hot dog when I go camping with George on her birthday. See what I did there?
Oh, I see what you did there.
You saw that one. They say George is our sunshine. George is our sunshine.
A healthy George.
A healthy George. A healthy George is our sunshine.
Soon to be cancer-free George.
She's our only sunshine. She makes me happy when skies are gray. You never know, George, how bad I want to kiss you.
Camping.
Please don't make me wait another day. Tried. All right. Diane Booth says, sing it, boy.
Camping.
Camping.
You love your camping?
I do. Oh, man, I love camping. Camping brings me sunshine. It's my only sunshine. It makes me happy when skies are gray.
What kind of guitar is that?
This is a Fender. You'll never
Fender guitar.
know camping how much I love. I screwed that up again. I can't believe this. I'm just watching you get everything prepped. How much I love you. George, please don't take my camping away.
Give it up for Jeremy.
All right.
All right. right, on to profiling units.
We are going to transition into profiling units for you, the viewer. So if you would like us to profile units
that
online,
you've been eyeballing and that you want to bid on,
what we need you to do is send a super chat, because we can't profile for all 400 people that are online right now. So you can send a super chat and let us know what your actual zip code is. And if we see that super chat, which it'll come right up in front of us, and the way to do that is with the $ down below in the chat and comments. And then we will punch in your actual zip code, and we'll take a look at the units in your area. Should we switch seats here, George?
Yeah.
Yep, we probably should.
Do you want this down?
No, just leave it right
You want
where it's
to?
at.
Okay.
So let's switch seats. I'm gonna move Midget Man over here. There you go, boy. Looking is always getting picked up. All right, so you let me know if there's any super chats. And oh, we've got herbs for motion sickness: peppermint, rice root, cinnamon, raspberry. We could get all that kind of sherbet. What do you think? Okay. So transitioning into profiling units, we're going to take a peek here.
So go to.
We're going to go to Hangouts, right? And
And then application window. And share.
Here.
And then share.
Okay.
And
Here
then maximize your screen.
we go. All right. Do we have any zip codes yet?
All right, guys. Let us know in the chat. Give us your zip code if you want Jeremy to profile for you. Don't forget, this is for a small donation via super chat.
Do you need your microphone?
No, just leave it where it is.
Okay. I'll probably put all kinds of noise on it. So the three main websites that we use for profiling units, and as a matter of fact, you saw me buy two on Storage Treasures this past week if you saw the videos. If you saw that, we use storagetreasures.com, which is this website right here.
That's the main one. So our top three.
So we also use, my second one I always check is lockerfox.com. And then the third one that I always check is actual bid 13. Now, there are hundreds and hundreds. Judy, we appreciate the $1. We actually need your zip code, though,
Yeah,
too.
let us know your zip code, Judy.
So thank you for the $1. Let us know your zip code, and we'll actually punch that in, and we will check your zip code. So we use these three because they're the three biggest. So there are all kinds of platforms to sell items online. You could go Poshmark and eBay and Let It Go and OfferUp, and the list goes on and on and on.
All right, Judy. Judy's zip code is 87059. JK raises his hand and he says, Professor Hales, I have to go to the bathroom. JK, you don't need our permission.
Just go right there where you're sitting, JK. All right, what is Judy's zip code?
Judy's is 87059.
Okay.
Deacon will be next, and then Raymond after that.
All right. So we always want the biggest platforms. So there's all kinds of selling platforms. You always want the biggest one because you have the biggest market for it. Depending on where you live is going to depend on which one of these three platforms is going to show you where you have the most actual auctions. So we're going to start with Storage Treasures with Judy's zip code. And I need it again, sweetheart.
It's 87059.
59. All right, Judy, we're going to start with Storage Treasures. So what we just did is we typed in your actual zip code in the search. And we are now, what we did is we found a 25-mile radius. We could go less and we could go more based on where you live. And so that's what we're looking at right now. And we are at a 25-mile radius. What you have is actual 2. So right here we see this one ends in 1 day, 12 hours, 51 minutes, 21 seconds. So here's what I typically look at when I'm looking at the units on Storage Treasures. I like to see what the bids are right up front. So for example, if we had one here that was at $5, I probably wouldn't even look at it versus one that was at $190. I typically end up looking at the high dollar ones first because I'm looking for higher dollar items, but we're going to look at both of these on storage treasures. So the area I go to first is I look right here. Unit appears to contain. Now you'll hear other sellers say they never read that. They don't care. And that's okay if that's their system. If it works for them, by all means, they should be using a system that works for them. But I always read this first because I'm not there. I can't see it. I have to rely on the person that actually saw it. So we see refrigerator, dryer, tables, chairs, coffee table, furniture, dolly, water dispensers, sports equipment, clothing, assorted boxes, and totes. I know it's a 10 by 10, so it has some pretty good size, and I'm going to have to pay sales tax as well. This is important. I have 24 hours after I win it to get it out, and you're always going to have to pay cash, okay?
And some storage facilities give you a little bit more time than 20
It all
hours,
depends on the facility. I've seen them up to 72 hours and the 24 hours. So the first thing I do is I click on the actual units. Now, some of the things I'm seeing right now, I see chairs. Chairs without a table are easier to sell than a table without chairs. If you have a table with no chairs, you're pretty much guaranteed no resale value in my area. But I'm looking for the table. This is probably the table right here under the clothes. So here's what I'm looking at. Why are all these clothes thrown on here? Why? And I don't have the answers, and you don't have the answers either. We have to profile and speculate. Why is the CD player open? Okay, so somebody was in here. Now, everybody's first instinct is to go, well, it was the facility managers. It was not the facility managers. Just like you store things in your basement or closet, people store things in storage units, and they go back in. So they opened this box. They opened the CD player. They threw all these clothes. Look at that. There's a water jug right there in the corner. I wonder if it has change in it. You see that right there?
Yeah, I see it.
No change in it, but a lot of times they have change in them. So here's the first thing I'm looking at. Refrigerator, we got a black stainless steel refrigerator. If this refrigerator is working, I'm going to get $200 minimum for this refrigerator. I always encourage our viewers to find one item in a unit that will pay for the unit. So this one right now, I would pay $200 for this unit with the tax just to get the refrigerator to pay for the rest of the unit and then sell everything else for a profit. Let's look at the other pictures. Whoops, went too far. Okay, so that's picture number one. Now we're getting a greater picture here of the dryer, but we're still not seeing too much. These corners are usually hiding things, these front corners, so I'm always looking in those front corners. And normally it's a shotgun. All right, we got old VHS, not typically a good sign of old VHS. But it could be an older person's unit, and therefore there could be hidden money if they went through the Depression. Now, I'm not seeing all of that evidence, but those are some of the things you can think of. Here's a pool or a billiard stick, and we saw a billiard triangle earlier. This refrigerator. All right, whatever this is here, Bezer Whizzer, I would get on eBay, and I would look that up immediately.
Yeah, the nice thing about online is that you actually have time to Google some stuff versus live. Live, you need to make an immediate decision on bidding. But with online, the benefit of it is that you have time to do the research and look up what things are selling for online, what the going rate
Boy,
is.
you get two pictures with this one. That's it. So that's what you have to go off of. So the way that I would bid on this one, it's at 170. I'd go, instead of bidding 200, I would bid 210 because most people are probably going to bid a max of 200. And that would be the refrigerator, and then everything else in there would be profit. I think you have the table in there with the chairs, and I would definitely Google what that Bezer Whizzer was and see what that is and see if there's anything else that could be valuable in there.
Now, if they're bidding, something to look at when they're bidding online are the manager specials, right? It'll indicate
we'll
that.
Eventually see one. So what would happen if it says manager special
It'll
instead of
indicate
a lean unit? So you have a lean unit, a manager special, or a charity unit.
Manager special basically means they went and the manager of the unit put a bunch of stuff in, or the manager of the facility put a bunch of stuff in a unit and they're selling it off. If that's the case, don't bid on it. It's already been gone through. It doesn't mean you can't make money, but that's not something we would bid on. Now look at this one here.
Yeah, it's not something we would recommend.
This one here, the storage unit appears to contain bookcases, boxes, chairs, living room, stepladder, dresser, desk, microwave. Okay, so we've got some, looks like we've got some pretty good furniture. Now, what I'm looking on the furniture, is this hardwood furniture or is it particle board? Okay, so if we look under here, that looks like particle board to me, right there on that edge. So what I'm seeing is particle board. It's cheaper. And so I don't like to see cheap particle board furniture. But what I'm seeing here, right here, that looks like maple. So that looks like solid wood. So I'm definitely looking at the furniture to see what's going on. Now, in here, you see this flat box and it's taped. There's probably a mirror. There's probably a picture. One of the questions that would be going through my mind is, why is the stepladder right here? What did they need to get to up here? In other words, are they hiding something valuable up here? And that's why they thought it was important that a stepladder needed to be there so they could get to something. I'm looking for labels on the boxes. And I'm not seeing any labels. I see right here where these boxes are leaning. Let's look at another picture. Hopefully we get more than 2 pictures with this one. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have home decor and furniture. Boy, we don't get much with this one, do we? One piece of furniture at $200 could easily, I usually sell solid wood dressers for $200–300 in my area. It may be very different in your area. But if I could buy this for one piece of furniture, could pay for the whole thing. Everything else is profit. So these boxes are probably home decor, but we just don't know.
Do you see swords in the back?
Do you see swords in the back? JK swords?
He's seeing swords in the back.
Well, if JK sees them, I wouldn't bid, but I know you would. But if you bid on it and we were having a competition, I'd outbid you. Hands down.
What couple bids against each other?
Yeah, we were bidding at the auction this Saturday, and the people start cracking up, and they're like, "What couple bids against each other?
Are you 2 bidding against each other?" And we're like, "Hales, yeah."
Yeah, Hales, yeah, and I won it. Okay, what was the second? What's the next?
All right, the next one is Deacon, and I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Deccan. Area code 37917.
What is it?
37917.
And that was Eric.
Deacon.
Oh, Deacon. Okay, Deacon, we are going to go to Locker Fox, or Deccan. We're going to go to Locker Fox. We're going to have a 50-mile radius. We're just going to see what's going on in your area. Okay, we've got nothing. So let's go 100 miles. Typically, I'll go 100 miles if I want to do something locally. I think I hit the O instead of the 0.
Judy, to answer your question, yes, that last unit that we profiled was in your area.
Those were within
which
25-mile radius.
Which website were you?
StorageTreasures.com, within a 20-mile radius of Judy.
StorageTreasures.com, Judy.
Okay. So now, Judy, the other thing you can do, we don't have time to focus a whole hour towards you, but the other thing you can do is use these other websites that we're sharing with you right now. So for Deacon, we can't see anything on Locker Fox right now, but within a 100-mile radius, these ones are going to go up, and the bidding starts on May 13th.
Monday.
So this is a countdown to where bidding starts. So what we're going to do is we're going to go bid 13 instead. We're going to go up here to zip search. So again, these are the ones that I typically am using. I'm going to go within a 50-mile radius. And again, this all depends on where you live. And I'm going to put your zip code in there. We're going to do a search. And we've got nothing. So we're going to go 100 miles. It all depends on what the facilities are using. So here's 2 within 100 miles. Okay. Here's what I like about Bid 13. They always have a video. So if you have, for example, oh my goodness, look at this.
What do you see?
Oh, commercial equipment, freezers.
Oh, wow.
There's money. There's money here. And the high bid is $26.
What?
Okay. You see here the type of unit. It's a leaned. It's abandoned. It does not say manager. It's an abandoned lean unit.
Yeah, so something to look for, you guys, when you're bidding online. Make sure that it says leaned abandoned, which is similar to the ones that we go to.
So you got U-Haul who says, no, you can't film anything, at their company policies. You can't film anything. But you got Bid 13 taking all of these, even U-Haul who uses Bid 13. If some of the facilities use Bid 13, they have to film the actual storage units. So you get the whole video. So we're going to look at it right here. They give you a little music in the background. So I like this because it gives you a fuller video of the facility manager. They will, 9 times out of 10, you're going to watch them cut into the actual unit. This is all part of the policies of Bid 13. And you're going to watch them open it up. Now, this is restaurant equipment. Now, as somebody who ran a full kitchen for 400 plus people every single day, as I ran a camp and conference center, I can tell you these are not hundreds of dollars, they're thousands of dollars.
He makes cutting that lock look so easy.
All right, this is high. Oh my goodness. I don't know where this is, but I would be all over this. It's at $26. All right, so you got a lot of money that can be made here. Let's look at the pictures. We'll let the video keep going, but let's look at the pictures. So the first thing you want to do is, as you look at these pictures, zoom in and get the names. Now, we do not know if these pieces of equipment actually work. Usually,
Tennessee.
When you have a piece of equipment that doesn't work, you have one piece that doesn't work. You don't have 20 of them in a unit like this. This is probably a facility that shut down and had to store everything. So what I would be doing is looking at all of this stuff, and I would be online going, how much is this worth? And I can already tell you each piece of these equipment is worth thousands of dollars because I was in this line of, well, I was in every kind of line of work. But
Tennessee's not too far from here.
yeah, I would be all
road trip.
Now, if you can't see this clear enough and you have questions about this, for example, all right, what good is this picture going to do for you? Here's what you need to do. Okay. See this phone number right here? This is Johnson City Self-Storage. Get on the phone with them and call them and say, I see your auction online, and you're going to give them the tag number. It's a 12 by 30. This thing is packed. There's tens of thousands of dollars of restaurant equipment in there. You're going to get on the phone with them and you're going to go, hey, we need to talk. What is the name of the equipment? And ask them, just straight up ask them, what can you share with me about the former facility or former renter? They may tell you that it was a college, or they may tell you it was a rest home. All of that information can help you. Something went out of business. I do not think, and you can't quote me on this, it's just not human nature to rent a 14 by 30 and put all of this restaurant equipment 30 foot back if it's actually broken. So if it's working, you have tens of thousands of dollars to be made here. If it's broken, you still have thousands of dollars to be made in parts. Now there's 9 days out. So it's going to go for more than $26, but whoever you are, Deacon.
When does this end?
I would be all over this. 9 days.
In 9 days.
But I also have the storage space, and I know how to sell it online. And honestly, what I would do with this is I would throw it on Craigslist. If you don't have the storage space, rent this for a month, take pictures of everything, throw it on Craigslist. This unit is going to pay for itself and for the storage and sell directly from your storage unit right here.
That's another thing to keep in mind. If this is new for you, you can directly sell out of the units and just have your buyer post it local, have a local pickup, and have them meet you there at the storage unit if you don't have the space or the storage. So rent out the unit for a month and then list all your things online, have them meet you there at the storage facility.
This is money. If this was in Ohio, I would be all over it, guys. I would buy this unit. It just wouldn't matter. I would buy it. Okay. There is another one. This one is 14 days, so we'll look at this one as well, just for fun. This one isn't going to be anywhere near as fun as the last one, unfortunately. But remember, bid 13 gives you the video, so you can sometimes get a better look at things with the video. So we're just going to play it, and it shows us better than the actual pictures.
You can also, the last time we did this, we noticed that they move things around.
Yeah, look at this. The pictures are horrible in this video, or in this one.
Yeah.
So this manager gave horrible pictures. The video is all we have to go off of. All right, so we got a desk that's taken apart. We got boxes back in here, a lamp. I mean, I feel like I'm at an actual live auction right now, and I have to use my profiling skills as fast as possible. Here's a toaster oven. All right, everything I just saw in there is actual household goods. Now, you can see what bid 13 did. It took snapshots of his actual photos. These three are snapshots from the video.
It looks like he dropped the camera.
He did, and then this is part of the video. Guys, this facility manager sucks in regards to taking pictures, but don't let that throw you off, because he could be so bad that you're going to make money because other people are not even going to look at it. Yeah. So this one's 14 days, $26. You can pause that video and you can find nuggets of gold in there. All right, let's go back to storagetreasures.com. Again, remember, there's hundreds of auction sites. You want to be where the facilities are actually using. These are the three big ones.
These are the three largest websites.
So that's why I used them. So what's our next zip code? You had 3, right?
Yeah. No, I have 4 now.
Okay.
Raymond McKay, you're up next. His area code is 79843.
All right, Raymond, 79843 in storagetreasures.com. Remember, you're going to pay a buyer's premium when you use Storage Treasures as well. Any of these, you're going to pay a premium on top of that. Could be anywhere from 10% to 15%.
Yeah.
And so you have to add that on top of your purchase price. Now, there's nothing within 25 miles. We're just going to go 50 miles and see what that does.
This is in Texas.
There's got to be something in Texas. We're going to go 100 miles and see what that does. Okay, see this hint up here? It says look at a radius of 500 miles. There's 42 results. So what that tells me is, number one, either nobody lives near you or they're not using Storage Treasures. So we're going to copy and paste your zip code and we're going to put it over into LockerFox. Again, different regions use different platforms. So no auctions running within 100 miles of your zip code here on LockerFox. So my third runner up is going to be bid 13. And we're going to see, and I'm doing a 100-mile radius. Let's see what happens. And there are no auctions on any of these 3. So Raymond, here's what I would do if I were you. Number one, I'm probably not going to drive 500 miles to buy an online unit. Okay.
You checked all 3 websites?
So what I would do if I were you, Raymond, is I would Google storage unit facilities with your zip code and then find out where they are local to you, find their phone numbers and call them and say, how do you auction off, or where do you auction off, or when do you auction off your actual abandoned storage units? Because we're not finding them on the big 3 online ones. You either have a bunch of live sales or you don't live near anybody.
Local paper. If you
local
haven't checked
paper
that out.
is junk anymore. You can't get anything from your local paper. Papers are all online. So you could look at your local paper, but just contact your facilities. Google your zip code and storage, and then find out what the facilities are nearest to you. Call them and say, how do you sell these? Because they're not on the big 3. All right, what's our next one, babe?
Next one is BCS BBQ 778
778.
02.
Okay. 77802 BBS, right?
BCS.
BCS. Barbecue.
I love BBQ.
I love my ketchup. He's in Texas and he's near everything.
Yes.
So, or she. Bryan, Texas. All right. So again, BCS. You see what I'm seeing? You see these amounts? So normally when there's no bid, it's got $0 and then $10 and $410. What happens is I'm automatically drawn to look at this one first. I will go back and look at all of the others, but obviously somebody saw something in here, so let them do the work for you. This is one of the things when I used to build facilities, commercial facilities, people used to ask and they used to say, how do you know what materials to use? I go into McDonald's. What materials does McDonald's use in their bathroom? They have the highest commercial facilities there is. Match it. All right. So people did the work for us already. There are McDonald's. So $410. Let's take a look. We got tools, compressors, drills, ladders, welder, tools, dolly, cutting torch. Right there, cutting torch. There you go. And lots more. You have 2 days, 14 hours, 29 minutes, 47 seconds. And 72 hours, you have 3 days to get everything out. Here's the best part, no sales tax, okay? Your cleaning deposit is $100. This is a 10 by 20. So when you buy a larger unit, most people don't have the capacity, number one, to transport a larger unit when you could just buy or rent a U-Haul truck, which I wouldn't go with U-Haul, Penske or something else like that. And they don't have the capacity to actually store it. Remember, you can actually sell these things from the actual unit. So larger units typically go for less money. And your security deposit or your cleaning deposit, that $100, you'll get it back once you clean it all out. So let's take a peek here. I like organization. Some of this looks organized,
Yeah.
and some of it doesn't.
When they take the time to hang it from the ceiling.
So my guess is somebody was actually running a business, their shop. This is their garage. They didn't have one. This is the garage. And they would come back and they would get the tools that they would need. So for example, you got open crates here.
BCS Barbecue says that they have the space and the transportation.
Oh, well,
so they're well equipped for this.
Then you're good to go. So somebody is probably actually working out of this unit. There's your welder. I bet you that's a Miller. Can't tell. Your torch and your welder, you got your money right there and what it's going for. But it's going to go for more money. Okay. Majority of your bids, whether it's on eBay, whether it's on an online storage unit, any auction, majority of your bids come within the last 5 minutes of the actual auction. So it will go for more money. But tools, how do you go wrong with tools? Now, this is something I would want to look at. GRID, okay, it's a grinder. So what I want to know is, are these tools returns? So it could say RFD, RFF. These are all stickers that Lowe's or Home Depot, they would slap on there if it was a return because it had a defect or something along those lines. And I don't see that sticker on here. I just see it as labeled, it's a grinder. So that's a good thing. There's a corded screw gun. And you got the shelving. That can't tell. I was going to say, is that baling twine? It's not baling twine. Let's look at what else we have in here. Yeah, it is a Miller. That's what I said. I bet you that's a Miller welder. So you got the Miller welder there. Again, you don't know if it works or not. But it very well could. And this could be a great unit for tools.
Tons of tools in there. Tools always flip.
Oh, yeah, you're going to flip tools so quick. Boy, it's tough to...
How much? What's the highest bid on this one?
It was at 400 and something.
What's the max you would bid on this one?
I don't know yet because I haven't seen all the pictures. And I don't know what things would sell for in that area. So if this grill's in pretty good condition, I would sell the grill for $100. So I can tell you that. The Miller welder, what I would do is I would look up on Craigslist and see what they're going for. But I think your welder would pay for the unit where it's currently at. Okay. Again, we're always looking for one piece. You know, your compressor, you got your small hot dog compressor here. That's going to sell for maybe $100. It looks a little bit rough. In my area, I'm giving you prices in my area. I'm in Wayne County, Ohio. So prices range much drastically differently based on where you're at in the United States or around the world. What I don't like is these messes piled up on everything. So the disorganization and the messes are going to make me bid lower than if everything was organized. This one's pretty perplexing to me. I mean, I love the organization up here and here. What
Someone
happened
thought
in the
they saw a
front?
sword in the rafters.
I'm probably JK. Was it JK again?
No, Laurel Brennan. Is that a sword up in the rafters? She asked.
I don't see one. But if anybody would see a sword, it would be you. Based on what I'm seeing, I would look up the Miller welder and then I would decide where I would bid based on that point. How quickly can I flip that Miller welder for how much? And that would end up being my pricing point for that one.
Zip codes.
I want to look at one more here.
Okay.
So let's look at the $0 one, just because that one's at $4.10. It's going to go for more than that. But let's look at the $0 one and let's see why is it at $0. So again, first thing we're looking at is random household items, books, tires, suitcase, boxes, and you do have sales tax here on this one in College Station, and 3 days to get it out. Let's see what we got here.
Okay. And then remember, guys, if you just decide to do units online, make sure you create a username and password, because you're not going to be able to bid unless you create a username and password. You also have to have a credit card.
You have to register your
You have to register your credit card,
services.
because that's how you're going to pay for that percentage.
That's how you're going to pay that premium for using the website, and then you pay cash at the actual facility. So if I were to look at this one, why is it at $0? Because if it looks like trash, all
Most
you
likely
guys,
it is.
what is it? It's trash. Now, if I would potentially buy this unit for $1 at a live auction just to see if there's any nugget of gold in there. If I was bored to death and I didn't buy anything else, but this is garbage. That's why it's at 0. So again, sometimes everybody else is doing your work for you. You go, whatever. I want to look at one more just for fun. Let's see why this one's at $10. Okay. We're at College Station. We got household furniture. Now I easily could flip the chairs for probably 25 a piece. But this thing is all over the place. The microwave I could get $50 for. This is just household stuff. Again, what I'm looking for is very different than what other people may be looking for. I'm looking for high-end collectibles. But if you think you can flip furniture quick, $50 for this unit, you're going to make $200 off of the furniture. So if you want a quick flip, there you go with furniture. People are always looking for furniture. You could make a quick flip with that. Again, in my area, why is it doing that? There we go. In my area, I could flip this quick because people want to repurpose these things. They want to paint them. They want to repurpose them. They want to distress them. Now, if this were not a wardrobe and if this was actually a TV entertainment center, TV entertainment centers are pretty much garbage anymore. You can't even give them away because the world has gone to flat screen TVs. Mm-hmm. But if this is a wardrobe, then you're in some money. That would be great. Now, based on the doors down below, that's usually where your VCR is, your movies, all of that, and then your big tube TV is in here. This is junk. But if you can repurpose it into something like a wardrobe, you'd be doing a whole lot better. All right.
Jason wants to know, where do you sell your furniture? Facebook Marketplace, Jason.
Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist.
Yes.
And if you don't know how to navigate Facebook Marketplace, get into your Facebook account and search for Facebook Marketplace. And then what you also want to do is you want to get into every group possible. You want to get into every group possible with, oh, I can't type on this.
Prior to your warehouse, you would have a yard sale or garage sale, right?
Is this going to show?
Mm-hmm.
I just click on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just my password. Okay. I'm going to show you Facebook. My password. Wait. I don't even know what my password is. She's writing it out for me. That's how pathetic I am. Okay. 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I did in Facebook to help sell. Okay. So if I were to go to my groups, right over here is Facebook and groups. So what I did is I don't like how everybody has different rules in their groups. So you can see here, I'm a part of probably almost 50 selling groups, and I can go more and more and more. If you click down here and create group, create your own group. So that's what I did. I created my own group. It's right here. So this is my group. I created Wayne County, Ohio, Bargain Hunters United, Yard Sales, Buy, Sell, Trade, Wooster. And you want to know what the actual rules are? Buy and sell. That's it. So you get a lot of women that are actually, they are running these sites, and these women have no other, I don't know how to say it any more eloquently, but they have no other control in their lives, and so they control like Nazis these sites. I don't know who this dude is. So, all right, we don't need any of that right now. So what my whole deal is this is a place where you actually can buy and sell. And here's my guidelines right here. As a group, we honestly don't care what it takes to make money. Just make money. That's the whole point of it. All right. If you don't have money, make some. Here's my motto. You don't have to have money to make money. And here's my rules. Price your items appropriately. Be honest. Take pictures. And be curious. Advertise. Okay. So you can see this is how you can make money on Facebook. You can go into Facebook Marketplace, and you can create your own Facebook group for selling. So this is a group that I created for selling. I am the admin, and one of my employees is an admin of this group. There are only 2 admins. It's me and an employee. And that's a way that you can make money right there. Okay? All right. What was the next?
So back to the welder unit that you were profiling for BCS Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to know what would be your max bid for that unit.
I have to look up the value, and so he's going to have to look up the value of the Miller welder. Once he knows the value, then I can test an actual bidding amount. But until he looks up the value, which we can't do tonight, then I don't know. So it's got to be. It's based on what it will sell for, and he has to know that
in your area. Yeah, keep in mind in your area as well. Next, you want the next zip code? Barbara Mercer, 326 96.
All right, Barbara. We are going to go to Locker Fox for you, and we're going to see what we have here, Barbara. Oh, look at this. We got plenty of things, but we also have 100 miles. So let's narrow it down. Let's go to 25 miles just to see what happens, okay? I think we're in Florida. And we're going to go to 50 miles because we got nothing at 25 miles. All right. So at 50 miles, we've got 2 things going on here. All right. We got 14 days on both of these. Neither of them have bids on them yet, probably because there's 14 days, almost 14 and a half days. Sweetie, do you mind closing the balcony door? My feet are freezing. Cold? Yeah, I lost my pants again. All right, so we're going to look at this one first. I know, it's unusual. We're going to look at Crystal River, Florida first. So Locker Fox is kind of nice. to where it
Wait, can
gives
we
you
time out for a
pictures.
second? Someone had a good question about Facebook Marketplace. Amazon seller wants to know, so when you list your items on your own group, can everyone on Facebook see your offers or only people who are members of those groups?
Only members of the group. And even then, if they send me an offer, I always tell them to send me a private message.
Yeah.
If they're not willing to pay my asking price and they want to send me an offer, what I do is I say, send me a private message. And so I never want my offers with potential buyers to be public for the rest of people. That's one of the issues that we honestly have with YouTube and selling on and sharing eBay eBay IDs with YouTube. We created eBay IDs specifically for for YouTubers such as you guys. So what happens once YouTubers see what we bought a unit for, they know what we paid for it, then they go, well, I want it cheaper than what you're actually asking for it. So if we have a $500 piece of whatever, we know it's worth $500, but some YouTuber saw us actually buy the unit for $100. They think we're going to sell it to them for 25 bucks. Most YouTubers do not share their eBay IDs with YouTubers because they just get undercutted and they waste time with flaky offers. So the same principles apply on Facebook. I do not want offers being seen by other buyers, because if I'm trying to sell something for $500 and somebody makes me an offer at $400 and I accept it, I don't want all my other thousands of potential buyers to go, oh, well, I can undercut Jeremy and he'll accept it. I'll get it cheaper. I'll get it cheaper. I'll get it cheaper. I'll get it cheaper. So I always do that in private messages. I never let people see that. And if anybody puts an offer on my actual item and it's public in the group to see, I always delete it or I hide it. All right. Again, that's all marketing and sales. You don't want people seeing that. Exactly. Grandy Goods and Games. You only paid $500 for the unit. Let me get it for $2. We get hundreds of requests from YouTubers that frankly
that want everything.
They want everything for free, and we waste hours upon hours upon hours that we don't have to waste. And so George is actually going to take it to a point where we're probably not going to share our eBay. We created eBay IDs for YouTubers, but we're probably going to eliminate that here within the next months. It's not even going to be an option anymore because it wastes so much time that we don't have.
So for those of you who are hopping onto the live, the three main storage locker websites that we use is storagetreasures.com,
Storage Treasures, Locker Fox, where we're at right now,
lockerfox.com, and bid13.com.
So with Locker Fox, you get a nice picture, but the problem is we can't actually blow it up. They blow it up for you. So if we scroll down, this is what we're seeing. We see furniture. So we see furniture thrown on top of each other.
Appreciate it, Jason.
This is probably a table. And so with the table, we want to see, are there legs? Now, we can't maximize this. We can't blow it up. So we have to guess, are there legs? And I see a slat. I see no legs for that flat table. This looks like the old Hollywood Regent style. This stuff may have some value. I don't see the legs for the table. That's what we have on this unit. So for me personally, I know a little bit about antique furniture, not enough, and not like a lot of our YouTubers who know antique furniture extremely well. Usually what happens is you know one thing and you know it really well. We don't deal with one thing. We deal with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of things, and we have to get educated in it as we buy it and then try and flip it. So you can't be completely knowledgeable about just one item. You have to know something about everything. So I know something about this couch. I don't know anything about these other items. I don't see any legs. I'd probably go $100 on this unit if it were me. But it's not me, and I don't know what furniture sells for, but I do know the style at some point was desirable again. Now, here's the other problem, though. You see there's a cushion here. Does that cushion go on this couch or this chase, and are the other cushions in there? So is this the cushion that goes on there? Those are questions that when you're profiling, you have to try and figure out. And is this a cushion back here? These are questions that you have to ask. Let's look at this one because this one looks a whole lot more interesting. Whoa. All right, so this is what I call a household unit. You got the mattress. Somebody put their whole house in here, okay? Tidy cat and everything. Now, if I see signs of pets, I immediately, I'm not going to pay very much for units that had pets. So if I see tidy cats, that doesn't mean they had a cat because I see cornflakes over here too. It doesn't mean they kept a stock of cornflakes. It means they got boxes from somewhere. But if they had a pet, my concern is, did their pet destroy the items? They were never thinking about reselling, but you and I are thinking about reselling. So if they had a pet, we need to know, do I buy this and is there resale value? At some point this was sealed. Somebody wants an apartment. Let's just click right out of that. How do I get Facebook to stop completely?
You're gonna have to log off.
All right. We won't even worry about that right now. All right, so here what we're seeing is, you see here this box was sealed at one point, but somebody cut into it, that piece of paper. Again, it's not uncommon because the same thing happened here. People go back to get their stuff when they need it, and then they put it back into storage. This is a solid wood dresser. This is an older solid wood dresser. Your grandma probably had this, or maybe your parents, depending on who you are. And so this is a sign of, for me, a solid wood dresser. This is $200. This is the long one, and it probably has the tall dresser with it matching. They usually are matching.
Eric Elmgren sent a $2 super chat. Says looking for cane swords. Do we have any right now? Or did we sell it?
I have one downstairs in the breezeway, but it's staying in that thing. That's with the snakehead.
Are you selling it?
Nope.
Okay.
That's
sorry, Eric. We don't have any available.
But keep watching the videos, and when we do,
because you never know when the Hales we're going to find one.
probably this week, based on that unit we just loaded up on Saturday. So
Gandy Goods brings up a good point. He says you can't smell an online unit.
Huge.
Which is one of the reasons why we prefer live over online.
So do you wanna share the unit that I bought for $400?
The unit that we were bidding against each other and you won
stunk.
The unit smelled so bad, but it ended up being a good unit. And the reason why it stunk so bad is because whoever stored the unit stored food in the freezer.
The entire freezer was completely and totally filled
frozen
with rotten food.
Yeah.
To the point where we took the freezer back to the warehouse. I put it at the end of the trailer and I was like, this thing has to go out first. I had 2 employees at the warehouse, grabbed an employee when we got back and said, come on, let's haul this out back. I told the employee all the food has to come out, and then we're going to scrub the freezer down to see if we can do anything with it. And it smelled so bad, it stunk. We had it on the outside of the warehouse. It stunk the warehouse up.
I personally didn't smell it.
And so I finally said, all right, we're putting it behind the warehouse. We're just going to scrap metal the actual freezer. It was so bad, but the rest of the items are fine. Okay.
Right. Do we have time for one more?
We're still on this one.
Okay.
So we basically on this unit, which is much more interesting, this is a household unit. They had a baby. You know, these are things we're trying to figure out. They had a baby. There's probably baby clothes. There's a dresser. I'd probably get $200 for that here. I'm looking for the matching tall dresser as a set because it was probably a bedroom set. I see this, which is probably a china hutch, but I don't see the other matching dresser. We may see better. Don't expect to make any really big money in here. That doesn't mean you won't, but
Paul sent a super chat, said, here, George, now you can buy a knife sharpener.
Nice.
Appreciate it, Paul.
Nice.
You're the best. I'm giving you a virtual fist pump right now.
This is a household unit.
Oh, Cindy Roach said her second unit she ever bought had 24 bags of expired food in it.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's nice. Okay, you've got one more
I've
zip
got
code?
one more.
Okay.
Eric Elmgren sent another $1 super chat. Appreciate it, Eric. Let's do Edra at 25301. Edra also won the Blue Wrench tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So hopefully you're still on, Edra.
Okay, we're going to bid 13, 25301. We got a 100-mile radius. And, oh, West Virginia. And Kentucky. So it must be, oh, definitely in West Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia, because this is 4 miles away. I spent 2 years in Bradley, West Virginia, as I was in college. I did 4 years of college and 2 years down there. So I doubled up my college. So let's look at this one first. It's 4 miles away from you. Remember, on bid 13, we actually get to see the videos. And you can go back and look at Storage Treasures, and you can go back and look at Locker Fox as well. But we're just on bid 13 right now because that's what we have the actual unit up, and we're taking a look. All right, we see Tackle Box over here. That's always good. Sportsman. One of the things that George and I are typically looking for, there's a Weed Eater, is one of the things we were just having this conversation today, wasn't it? We were talking about discretionary income.
Mm-hmm.
So we're always looking for units with people that have discretionary income. That could be sportsmen, that could be boating stuff, flight stuff, that could be camping stuff, RV. People who have discretionary income spend it, and they spend it on good stuff. So, and you guys all know how much George loves stuff.
Things, and stuff.
In here, basically, I see the fishing tackle box. This is just a radio speaker. This looks like an old desk. The hard hat, actually, believe it or not, the hard hat would probably sell on eBay.
Daniel McKillop wants to know, do you guys ever worry about the storage people going through the unit before you claim it?
Nope. You have to keep in mind that if they do that, I mean, there is a small percentage of people who would do that. If they do that, remember, the right of redemption still applies. That's the law. Mm-hmm. And so if they take anything out of there before it sells,
it becomes a liability on their end.
It becomes a liability on their end, because what if the original owner comes back and pays before the auction's over, and then they go in there, then it's theft. And there's only one person that had access to the actual unit. That's the facility. So it's pretty easy to go who stole it and to file charges. Mm-hmm. So
to answer that question, I don't think the facility would want to risk that liability.
The facility isn't in the business of resale. The facility is in the business of renting property.
Renting space.
And they want the stuff out so they can rent the space. So this unit here is at $48. Honestly, I probably would not go much higher than that, because the Weed Eater, if it works, I could flip that really quick for $100. Maybe a little bit less, $75. And if it was in rough shape, $50. And that's probably why I wouldn't go much higher than that. Let's look at this one. This one's got 5 days. Current bid of $300. What is in here?
Eric Matheson sent a $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Eric says, that is a pretty packed unit. Hope you make some dollar signs.
Baby, look at the baby got back over here. This ain't helping sell at all.
That must be a marketing.
That's a marketing tactic.
Right,
that's a marketing tactic.
JK says his son worked at a storage facility for 6 years and got free stuff all the time.
Well, and if they left stuff behind, then they probably would go, all right, get this out of here. Mm-hmm. Oh my, she puts a towel over her hand as she uses the grinder. All right, she's beating the living snot out of the lock. So this is kind of good entertainment.
I've never seen a woman break a lock before.
Yeah, I have. I've seen you do it. Okay.
No, a lock like that.
If nothing else, this video is worth watching just for this chick. Look at her banging.
Going
she got it. She got it. Yeah, baby.
Get it, girl.
Get it. Whoa! Whoa! Just flashed us. Okay. What is this? This is furniture.
Someone said, "Yep, that's junk in the trunk." All right.
All right, we got the mandatory mattress. It looks like solid wood furniture. All right, I like this one. From what I'm seeing so far, okay, that pillow top mattress, I would sell that for easy $200 here. I'm seeing solid. Oh, she shut it on us. What's she doing? I had to spend half the video looking at her butt, and then she shut it on us when I wanted to look at the wood.
A marketing tactic.
And now we don't have any good video. We don't have any good pictures from it. Okay. Solid wood here on the furniture. This is probably not solid wood. This is solid wood, but these slats going through the back, that's solid wood. But this portion here is probably just a piece of particle board. Oh my goodness, this is one of the videos.
It's called a storage tease. Yeah,
that's a storage tease, all right. Yeah, now we're talking. Video of the year right here. Video. I saw this. I was wondering what that was. Okay, so what I saw was a ton of hardwood furniture in here, and knowing that pillow top mattress I could sell for $200, the high bid right now at $300, I would go 200 here and 200 here. I would easily drop $500 on this unit, but I would study it a whole lot more in the video, frame by frame by frame. And those who are demented in their mind, no, not the beginning of the video frame by frame, the second half of the video frame by frame. So take a look at that. That one looks like there's some profit in my mind. I want to look at this one too, because I think a lot of times, yeah, I bet you this is the exact same owner, but in another unit. Look at this, because I saw the wood.
That seems to be common, or the common owners. Multiple units, common owner.
I think this is potentially, we have to check and see if it's the same facility, which I think it is. Is that our baby got back again? I think it is. So what happens is if they don't have a big enough unit, which is a common problem for men, then they have to get another unit. Yeah, look at this. I bet you the exact same owner is renting both of these units. Buy them both. And there's antique furniture in here. It's exactly when I saw those side by side, and I saw the wood thumbnail. Just closed it on us. Okay, so this is what I would do. These are the same facility. Here and here, this is what I saw. I saw the preview of this, and I went, these are the exact same owner. And I'm going to look at this one too, just because I want to see. I'm curious if the owner had 3 units. And the answer is probably no, based on these pictures down here. Let's speed it up to where she's actually in there. Half the video is her trying to get these locks off. All right, so this one I would just go, forget it. Those first 2, I'd be all over those. All right, that being said, George, can you believe it?
It's 11 o'clock
It's
already.
11 o'clock here in
sharing.
Ohio. Stop sharing, and then what?
And then it'll come back to us.
Whoa.
They get to see our pretty little faces again before we...
They're going to see my knees.
I
have my knee up here. They know I lost my pants. Oh, whoa. That's knee right there. Okay, so big announcement. We forgot to actually announce the huge announcement at the end of the segment.
Again?
That in just a few weeks.
Oh, we're giving them a spoiler alert.
So huge. So big. Yes, Cassie, we switched places. There's something so big, so huge coming that you absolutely want to be watching so you find out what happens. And I will share that George and I, with her doctor's approval, has been released to go and leave on a jet plane. I don't know when we'll be back again, 'cause we're leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when we'll be back again.
We just gave them another storage tease.
But we can promise you that some of your favorite YouTubers from around the country, I should probably shut up now, right?
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, I should probably shut up now. But
he's got diarrhea of the mouth, so that's all we'll share with you for tonight.
And the back end. It's the ketchup.
334 people still watching. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up before you hop off. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on Sunday Fun Day.
It's a fun day.
Every Sunday we go live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard
Got
Time.
that kiss now. It's been 8 months. What about over here? Over here.
Don't turn your...
Over here.
I knew you were going to do that.
I've been trying to get it right here. Give me right here.
If this was your first live, hopefully you had fun with us. Thanks for taking the time to hang out with us. We'll see you guys next. Well, we'll see you on Wednesday on Pirates Channel if you guys join us for the AA, the Auctions Anonymous meeting. And then we'll see you next Sunday. We're going to attempt to do a live because we will be camping for my birthday weekend from a local McDonald's using their Wi-Fi.
Hopefully it works.
So you may not get the full hour of us. We're going to attempt to maybe do 30 minutes depending on the Wi-Fi.
And we are sharing McDonald's fries with everybody and probably chicken nuggets.
We'll have virtual chicken nuggets and virtual French fries for everybody.
Don't expect me to share my ketchup.
All right, guys. And we are signing off. Have a good night. Love you all.
Right here. Give me one. Give me one. Ah, so close. So close. I almost got it.
So bad. Bye, guys.
So close.